Few AGT moments have generated this level of worldwide discussion. In the world of televised talent competitions, standout performances often drive global conversations, trending clips, and long-term viewer fascination. But every so often, an act appears that rises above the usual peaks of excitement. This is precisely what happened when 10-year-old Emanne Beasha stepped onto the America's Got Talent stage. Her performance didn't simply entertain, it sparked international coverage, widespread praise, and a wave of admiration from audiences who had never encountered opera in this way before. Appearing calm, composed, and notably reserved, she presented herself with the demeanor of a young contestant still learning the rhythms of live television. Yet the moment she began to sing, the tone in the room shifted instantly. Viewers watching at home reacted on social platforms in real time, describing the moment as both unexpected and unusually compelling for a mainstream broadcast. Commentators began comparing her projection, clarity, and tone with that of seasoned opera performers, emphasizing how rare it is for someone her age to demonstrate such command over classical repertoire. As the clip circulated online, reaching millions within hours, the story quickly moved beyond entertainment blogs and into international news outlets. It wasn't just an impressive audition. It was a moment that highlighted an emerging talent with global potential. Her journey began long before television audiences first heard her voice. Long before Emanne Beasha became a topic of international coverage, her family had already noticed her unusual musical inclination. According to publicly available interviews, her parents observed her ability to match pitch and sustain notes with surprising accuracy at an age when most children are still developing basic language patterns. This early recognition led them to introduce her to classical music, where she showed a clear attraction to operatic works. While many young singers experiment with pop or contemporary genres, Emanne gravitated toward Italian arias, an ambitious path for any vocalist, especially one so young. Reports indicate that by the time she was just 6 years old, she could perform pieces typically reserved for advanced students, demonstrating both confidence and technical precision. Her upbringing in a multicultural household also meant she was exposed to a wide array of musical influences, helping her develop versatility and comfort in multilingual repertoire. Family accounts suggest she practiced frequently, not out of obligation, but out of genuine interest, often requesting to replay the same pieces repeatedly to refine small details. This foundation set the stage for what would become a rapidly advancing career, showing that her later televised success was not a sudden breakthrough, but the result of consistent development and early encouragement. Observers who later reviewed her early videos described her voice as unusually mature for her age, sparking curiosity about how her abilities might evolve. Her first major appearance placed her in front of millions, not just thousands. Before American audiences discovered her, Emanne had already gained significant recognition by competing on Arab's Got Talent, a widely watched broadcast across the Middle East and North Africa. Entering the competition at only 8 years old, she faced an audience and judging panel with extensive exposure to regional and international talent. Despite the high-pressure environment, she delivered a performance that quickly spread online, attracting viewers who were impressed by her vocal strength and confidence at such a young age. Her progression through the competition was closely followed by fans, eventually culminating in her being named the winner of the season. This achievement placed her among the youngest champions in the franchise's history, and media outlets noted the rarity of someone so young mastering a classical style that typically takes years of formal training. The win elevated her profile significantly, leading to regional interviews, performance invitations, and increased social media visibility. Industry commentators at the time began to label her as a promising young vocalist with the potential to reach international audiences, a prediction that would soon prove accurate. As her clips continued to circulate, They caught the attention of viewers outside the region, paving the way for her transition to American television. Her victory demonstrated not only her talent, but also the broad appeal of her style, setting the foundation for her eventual AGT debut. Her song choice alone made headlines before the episode even finished airing. When Emanne auditioned for America's Got Talent, she selected Nessun Dorma, an aria famously known for its difficulty and emotional range. Choosing such a piece at age 10 immediately drew attention from viewers and critics alike, who recognized the ambition behind the selection. As she began singing, early surprise quickly shifted into sustained applause and widespread online reactions. Within minutes of the episode airing, clips of her performance appeared on social platforms, where they were rapidly shared and discussed. News outlets picked up the story shortly afterward, noting that her clarity, breath control, and vocal reach were unusually advanced for her age group. Articles described the moment as a highlight of the episode and emphasized how her delivery elicited strong reactions from both the in-person audience and viewers at home. Music professionals commenting online pointed out the technical elements of her performance, highlighting her phrasing and consistency across challenging sections of the aria. For a young performer to receive such broad and immediate feedback from multiple industries, entertainment, classical music, and general news, was uncommon. Her audition not only secured her passage to the next round, but also established her as one of the standout performers of the season. This moment marked her entry into the global spotlight, with audiences around the world beginning to follow her progress. A single decision during judge cuts pushed her into an even brighter spotlight. During the judge cuts round, Emanne performed the song Caruso, a piece known for its emotional intensity and vocal demands. The performance attracted significant praise from viewers, but what happened moments later became one of the defining points of her AGT journey. Guest judge Jay Leno pressed the golden buzzer, sending her directly to the live shows. This decision immediately drew media attention, as golden buzzer selections often generate strong public interest. Outlets covering the episode highlighted the rarity of contestants receiving such recognition at multiple points in their career, given her earlier success on Arab's Got Talent. Analysts noted that her performance demonstrated growth from her initial audition, revealing improved control and expanded expressiveness. The golden buzzer moment also amplified her reach online, as the clip circulated widely and contributed to broader discussions about young vocalists in competitive settings. Observers remarked on her ability to maintain composure despite the highly emotional setting, which further impressed audiences. Industry professionals commented that such recognition at her age could open doors for future collaborations and training opportunities. The episode reinforced her status as a key figure in the season and set expectations for her upcoming live performances. Each round introduced a new layer to her capabilities and new public interest. As the competition moved into the live stages, Emanne continued selecting pieces that showcased her vocal versatility. For the quarterfinals, she performed Eben, Ni Andro Lontana, a dramatic aria that allowed her to demonstrate both sustained power and controlled vibrato. Coverage following the episode noted that her performance illustrated a deeper emotional connection to the material than in earlier rounds. In the semifinals, she introduced a stylistic shift by performing an Italian rendition of Everything I Do It For You, blending classical technique with a contemporary melody. The crossover approach drew significant attention from viewers and journalists, who described the performance as innovative and well-executed for a young soprano. Reports highlighted her willingness to take artistic risks, a trait not often seen among child contestants navigating a high-profile stage. Analysts examining the season pointed out that her song choices suggested a strategic approach, balancing classical roots with broader audience appeal. Throughout these rounds, her consistency remained a key focus in news commentary, with many noting her steady improvement under the pressure of live broadcasts. These performances solidified her reputation as one of the season's standout musicians and demonstrated her potential for long-term development in the classical and crossover genres. Her final performance was analyzed by both entertainment reporters and classical music critics. Reaching the finale of America's Got Talent, Emanne approached the stage with significant public attention. She selected La Mama Morta, a demanding aria requiring advanced emotional expression and technical strength. Following the broadcast, reviews praised her confidence and vocal delivery, noting that her interpretation aligned closely with the characteristics expected from older, more experienced performers. Classical music commentators evaluating the performance emphasized her impressive phrasing and stage presence, acknowledging that her level of control at such a young age was uncommon. Later in the results show, she returned for a collaborative performance with internationally recognized pianist Lang Lang. This pairing attracted media attention, as it signaled acknowledgement from a respected figure in the classical world. Articles covering the finale highlighted how well she adapted to the duet format, maintaining composure alongside a global artist. Although she ultimately did not win the competition, the finale solidified her status as one of the most memorable young vocalists to appear on the program. Analysts evaluating the season remarked that her participation brought renewed attention to classical music within mainstream entertainment, a rare outcome in talent competitions that often favor contemporary genres. Her journey did not conclude with the final episode, far from it. Following her AGT run, Emanne's visibility continued to rise. Media coverage documented her participation in interviews, live events, and collaborations that expanded her presence beyond televised competitions. One notable development was her involvement in a U.S. tour led by acclaimed conductor and violinist Andre Rieu. News outlets reported that her inclusion in the lineup placed her in front of large audiences in major venues, offering her the opportunity to perform alongside a world-renowned ensemble. This professional milestone indicated significant confidence from industry organizers in her long-term potential. Analysts observed that her post-show trajectory differed from typical child contestants, as she gravitated toward classical and crossover opportunities rather than strictly commercial markets. Coverage surrounding her performances noted her steady improvement and growing ability to adapt to professional environments. Commentators also pointed out that her early success positioned her for potential future involvement in classical productions, recordings, or collaborative projects. As she continues developing her voice through adolescence, industry watchers express interest in how her tone and technique will evolve. Her early achievements have already placed her among the most recognized young classical talents to emerge from televised competitions, and her ongoing activities suggest a sustained, long-form career path rather than a brief moment in the spotlight. Even years later, her AGT performances remain among the show's most discussed moments. In reviewing Emanne Beasha's path from early childhood performances to global recognition, it becomes clear why her America's Got Talent appearance continues to attract news coverage and viewer interest. Her combination of technical proficiency, composure under pressure, and distinctive musical focus set her apart from typical contestants. While she did not win the competition, her influence extended far beyond the results. She brought classical music to mainstream audiences in a way that was accessible, compelling, and widely shared. Her performances remain among the most viewed clips from her season, serving as reference points in discussions about young talent in competitive environments. As she continues to develop her craft and pursue new opportunities, her early impact provides an unusually strong foundation for future growth. Whether evaluated from an entertainment, cultural, or musical perspective, her contributions to the season reflect a level of promise that continues to attract attention. For viewers, critics, and industry professionals alike, Emanne Beasha's journey represents not just a memorable moment in television history, but the beginning of a developing career with significant potential.